Welcome to the oasis of your blooming heart. And let's take a moment to feel into what an oasis is for us. So each one of us can co-create and craft an oasis for this practice, for our circle, and craft this oasis so that it becomes a place of rest and restoration and inspiration and beauty that we can carry with us out into the world. And so, as we feel into this, let's just get comfortable in our body, knowing this is a journey. This next 8 weeks, we're going on a journey through the three treasures, through the Jing, the Qi, and the Shen. And these three treasures are the treasures that are found in the Jing. These treasures are found in your body. Your Jing is your body, but more specifically, it's your essence. The essence, your part of you that is your prenatal chi, the part of you that when you were born, that is who you are, your essence, your Jing. And so as we take a few deep breaths, we're going to come in contact and start to explore what an oasis feels like for our body. So taking a few deep breaths, and as we're breathing, you can sit still, or you can also just start to instinctively and intuitively explore what feels good in your body, even as you're sitting here. And as you breathe into the feeling of an oasis, knowing we are entering into the summertime. The summertime is an interesting time because for some people they're on vacation, the schedule's really different, and it's often, for some people, it's very busy. And we have so many different events and places to go and people to see. And summertime is often filled with a lot of people and late nights and, a lot of fun, maybe dancing and moving and crowds. And for some, summer is also the time, if we were to think of our life like a garden, it's the time where you just keep on working. The sun rises every day, it stays high in the sky, it stays there for a long time, it's very hot, and the seeds that you planted are now growing, and it takes work to maintain those seeds. So that vision that we planted is starting to grow, and now we need to take care of those seeds, and that requires an immense amount of work. And so feeling into the hot summer and the seeds that we planted and the requirements and the demands of us in our life, and then feeling into an oasis. As we're crafting this oasis, what What is the temperature of the oasis? As you feel your body feeling into the temperature and feeling into the moisture, the water. Where is the water source of your oasis? Is it the shower, the bathtub? Is it the swimming pool, a creek, an ocean? Feeling into an oasis, the temperature and the moisture, and feeling into the the light quality. Because summertime can be super hot and bright and glaring and drying out of the surfaces. And so when you think about creating shade, a canopy of maybe tall trees or being indoors, maybe wearing hat, cover, glasses, ways to bring the to protect you from the dark, from the light, create a little buffer of shade around you. And I know I'm somewhat speaking in abstract terms, but I'm also just tapping into a realm of creativity. And as you think of an oasis and your body, starting to think about the foods you want to eat this summer, thinking about the fruits and the vegetables and the smoothies and the drinks that can create that plump, juicy, alive feeling inside you. And as you're feeling into an oasis of your body and how you want to feel in your body, feeling into how you want to move your body, how you want to stretch and open, how you want to drop into the flow. Are there specific ways that you like moving that helps you feel tranquil and peaceful and light and lighthearted and spacious? And feeling into the oasis of your body, feeling into the soundscape, the music, the voices, the birds. Are there sounds and distractions? Maybe you want to turn the volume down on so you can hear the whispers of the oasis. How do you want to feel in your body? What do you want to do to craft that feeling for yourself? And the next layer of the three treasures is Qi, this invisible life force energy, this feeling of aliveness. It's often associated with your emotion. So when you feel into an oasis, what emotions arise? What quality of emotions arise? And what tools arise to help you move through any stuck emotion? And we're going into this oasis through the portal of your blooming heart. And your heart requires safety, requires space and trust. and patience. And so as you feel into your heart and what your heart needs to bloom, what type of spaciousness and healthy boundaries do you need to create for yourself so you can feel like you're in an oasis, a sanctuary? And the three treasures practice is much more spiritual than the other practices. And the third realm is in the realm of Shen. Shen is a vast, vast word, but it simply can be translated as mind. It's often translated as consciousness, as the higher mind, the spirit mind, the divine mind, the divine human. And so as you feel into your divinity, the part of your consciousness that is pure love, as you feel into the part of you that is pure love and light, luminous light, you feel into this oasis, what needs to be in place here for you to come in contact with that aspect of yourself, and what part of you, your life, is requiring and asking for your devotion. What area of your life is whispering to you, calling forth your devotion? And so, as you feel into the Jing, your physical body, your physical surroundings, as you feel into your emotional needs, this, this invisible, formless energy, and this energy of pure light and love and divine nature, what, how do you want to feel? How do you want to express yourself? How do you want to show up here and take good care of yourself, knowing that resistance and armoring and protection and busyness will naturally show up when we work in the realm of the heart? There are feelings of love and joy and beauty, and there's also feelings of anxiety, busyness, overdoing, and just numbing out. And so that's also a anticipated part of the path that we're going to navigate. So how do you want to take good care of yourself when anxiety and busyness and overwhelm show up, so that you can remember to anchor into your oasis? So I know I said a lot here and you won't remember it all, but a few pieces are starting to stand out. And so I invite us to take another few breaths, and I invite you to journal about what you receive as you are crafting your oasis. And then together we will craft an oasis. Hmm. Welcome to the Oasis of our blooming hearts. This is our opening session. And in our opening session, let's arrive in our practice space. And you know how we move through the field in our other sessions? We move through the field to prepare ourselves, to open our senses, to come in contact with this formless energy. Let's do that today, right off the bat, as we're starting to move through the field. We are coming in contact with the perception of an oasis. And we are feeling into what an oasis feels like for our body and for our mind and for our spirit. And we're touching this formless energy, and it's helping us to craft an oasis that becomes very practical in our life with tangible tools and skills. And so before we go too deep into our journey today, we're softly exploring because we're Qigong cultivators. We cultivate, we grow from the inside out. So we're exploring how we want to feel, what we want to know. We're exploring what an oasis means to us and how we feel when we're in an oasis. And so as we're feeling into our practice today, these three treasures practices are more subtle in an energetic realm. And they create space in our bodies and in our hearts and in our spirits that, just like all our other practices, we need to empty out. So as we're feeling into what an oasis is, we're also feeling into what we don't need to bring with us to this oasis. What could be left out? And so as you're feeling into this journey, you're arriving now at the gates, at the entrance of the oasis of your blooming heart. And at the entrance of your blooming heart, I greet you there at the gate, with my heart open, sweet smile with a hug. And I say to you, beloved, what needs to be laid down here so you can enter the oasis open-hearted? And what needs to be laid down here so you can shift from being the tiger constantly moving forward into the one who rides the tiger? What needs to be laid down here so you can enter open-hearted? With a humble bow, emptying your cup, laying down, setting down everything you don't need for this journey. And when you feel ready, giving it all to Gaia to be composted and transformed and grow into something new. Feel your feet on the earth, and when you're ready, Inhaling gradually and filling from your roots all the way up through your legs, up through your torso, up through your spine, up through your shoulders and arms, unfurling, opening your heart, and stepping across the threshold. Then we'll come back to that water waves. We're starting off small and gentle. What's coming to me in this oasis is contact with water. Contact with water all summer long in some way. So we're going to start here with water waves, making gentle waves. No matter what we do in life, all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your actions create waves. We are vibrational beings. So let's start gentle. Let's start soft and smooth. Let's start by listening to the water. Start with that light playfulness. And start to feel and notice that place where the sunlight, the yang, the fire, is dancing on the water. That meeting place of sunlight and water. That glistening brilliance. And letting that sunlight refine and purify any muddy waters, any dense, turbulent emotions. Bringing beauty and clarity to the waters. Working with formless energy. We're going to work with Jing, Qi, and Shen. And so let's start to work with the Jing, the form. And we're going to knock on the door of life. And we're coming into contact with the form of your body, with your essence. And we're knocking on the door of life. This place, Mingmen, the place behind your navel on your spine. Mingmen, the door of life, that's where you started. That's where Jing is said to enter into your body. So we're going to spend a lot of time in discovering and exploring what Jing means, but know that we're knocking on the center to create awareness in our body, a form of our origin, of our beginning, of matter. Then we know this already, but I'm going to tell you again, knocking on your kidneys, you're bringing life force energy to your waters, your kidney waters, your batteries. In the summer, we have a tendency to be excessively busy and then we deplete. We dry out. All the moisture dries out. We feel cracked and depleted and burned out. So let's bring good attention here by bringing our breath to our kidneys, to breathe deep, keep our body moist, hydrated, and well-resourced. As we're knocking on the front of our body, we're connecting with the earth element, becoming stable and grounded. Fire energy has a tendency to be fast and superficial and busy and ungrounded, anxious. So we're feeling into this place in our body that gives us stability. And we bring our hands up to our lungs and to our heart. We'll be spending a lot of time here in our heart center. So we're activating this energy. Our breath is open and light and airy. And our heart, I just want to be very clear, we're not touching or talking about sending energy to our physical heart. We're talking about our emotional heart and the center of your chest. And we'll start to come back down, come back down. And we're going to shift a little bit and knock right over your navel. And just a little bit below your navel, right at your dantian, your lower dantian. Your lower dantian is the house of your Jing. And so just give this area some attention so your mind can drop here and inhabit this space. And then we'll drop back into water waves. Smoothing everything else, coming back into the formless. We're going to shift from form to formlessness over and over and over. Smoothing it out. Letting the water wash away everything that's been released. And so sweetly, so gradually, start to move towards stillness. And as you do, feel your physical body find stillness and all this energy is moving inside you. That energy is the Qi. Let's open up and we'll widen our stance and we'll move like a river. So some people like their hands up there, here on their thighs, or some people like it on their knees. Your gaze is like at a 45-degree angle in front of you toward the floor, and shift your weight to one side. Now shift your weight to the other side, turn your waist, let your spine move, and then your head is the last thing. So shift your weight, turn your waist, let your spine move, and then your head. And now start to move at your own rate and rhythm. You are lengthening your spine, creating strength and stability in your legs, groundedness in your legs, and freeing up any tension in your spine. This spinal cord, we're calling it the river of Qi. This is a part of the swimming dragon set. In this session, we'll learn some swimming dragon forms. Move your body like a river. Elongate your spine. Make this movement really smooth. Even though it's smooth and gentle, there is a power here. There is some work that you're doing. You're starting to create heat in your body. It is the fire element after all. Move your body like a river. So when you're moving your body, the physical form of your body, that is your Jing. The part of you that can feel this movement, you're feeling this movement, that is your Qi. The part of you that is observing yourself, moving and feeling, that is your Shen. Let's come back to center. And now we'll lean forward, stretch forward. Lengthening the back of your legs and your spine. Directing the top of your head toward the earth. And then we'll bend our knees, roll back up. And we're going to stretch the coiling snake stretch. You've done this with me before. You're going to turn one toe, then your heel. This leg, this back hand goes in front of you, and this other hand presses behind you. As you look toward your back hand, you press your hands away. Have a nice breath here. Breathe into your spine. Separate your head from your tail. Coiling snake means When we return, straighten up your feet. Keep your hands low. Now turn your toe, adjust your heel, and coil the other direction, separating your hands. Look toward your back hand. Elongate your spine. Breathe. Separate your head from your tail. Inhale, adjust your feet back to center. Return. Sit down a little bit. We'll go one more time on each side. So adjust your toe, your heel, and now twist and stretch. Exhaling, lengthening, elongating. Inhaling, returning to center, keeping your hands low. Adjust your toe, adjust your heel. Last one, stretch. Wringing out the tension out of your spine. Inhale back to center, keep your hands low, and then move like a river. Let your head be the last thing, moving in a swaying, flowing motion. Coming back to center, forward fold, hands toward the earth, top of your head toward the earth. Walk your feet in a little, bend your knees slowly so you don't get dizzy. Rise up as you unfurl your spine. Start to stand up, and when you start to feel energy rise, just you inhale, bring your hands up. Capture that energy and direct it back down. Direct it back down, all the way back down. You're getting good with capturing the energy with your hands, opening Lao Gong, and sending it back down to your lower dantian, sealing it in, making a little circle in both directions. Now we'll tap all the meridians. We start here in our heart. We're going to work on all the meridians of our bodies. You know these meridians well, or getting familiar with them. In our session tonight, we're going to do a little bit of chanting. And so I just want to remind you the heart sound. Ah. And now we'll go down the yin channels and up the yang channels. And so the heart channel, remember, it starts underneath your arm, right at your armpit, and it goes down to your elbow, down to the palm of your hands, and to your pinky. So that's our primary channel that we're going to be working with. And then the heart protector runs down the middle of your arm, down the middle of your palm, and to the middle finger. That's another meridian that we'll be working with quite a bit this session. We'll go to the other side and we'll tap the heart channel and the heart protector, down the yin and up the yang. Down the yin and up the yang. Heavenly streams, clearing out these pathways. Back to the chest, back to our heart. Beautiful hearts, and we can pause and integrate. And then we'll come to the top of our head, from the front to the back, front to the back, from the middle, working your way from front to back, and then diagonally, gradually working out the sides, but still going front to back. Down the spine, close to the spine, and then out a little further, working these channels down your spine and down all the way to your sacrum, giving your kidneys a little bit of attention, and your sacrum and your glutes. And then down the outsides of your legs, all the way down to the insides. And so we want to really open up these channels in the lower part of our body so we don't just have energy swirling in our hearts and in our heads and in our torso. We want it to go through our whole body. We'll knock our navel one more time, above and below, just giving our abdomen from ribs to pelvis, giving all of our organs a little bit of love here. The other side, ribs to pelvis, and back to your center, and then slowing it down, breathing to your center. We're going to empty just a little bit more and do a stretch, and then we'll drop into the three treasures practice. So it's so important. This is becoming my favorite new form, my favorite new movement. And I call it swirling spheres, although I don't really know the name. Drop your mind down to your ankles. I like this because it's so efficient. You open up all your joints. Start to circle your ankles. Let your mind be in your body. Let your body be the oasis. Circling your ankles, and now your knees. Releasing and letting go of any tension in your muscles and ligaments around your knees. Oiling your joints. Silk reeling, smoothing out your joints. Coming up now to your hips and opening up your hips and exploring your range of motion. Creating smooth movement here. Really want to find that comfort and that safety in your body. And in this hip area, you know, Jing, this is the source of Jing. Jing is the source of sexual energy, of creation, of hormones. So we really want to get working with this energy really skillfully. And then we rise up to our chest and to our hearts, and we really want our heart, our loving energy, to be communicating with our sexual energy in a way that's harmonious. And also, this is just like reminiscent of our life. We have so many things swirling around. Got our ankles, our knees, our hips, our chest, and we're bringing harmony to all these moving parts. And so now we're going to start to let this energy pour back down. Pour down, down from our chest, our middle dantian, down to our hips, down from our hips, our lower dantian, down into our knees. down into our ankles, down into the meridian lines. And now at the soles of your feet, as if there were plugs there, pull the plug and let the energy pour through you like water through a stream. Rinsing out, carrying with it any heavy, dense energy, just carrying it out, washing it out. You don't need that here. And now we'll just go the other direction for balance, for symmetry. Our mind is in our ankle, smooth ankles, and in our knees, smooth knees, smoothing it out, and in our hips, opening our bodies from the inside out. This is good energy hygiene. Up into your chest now, up into your middle dantian, this feeling center. And we really want space in our chest. We're not going to just like start working on our heart. We got a lot of spaciousness we need to create so our heart feels safe. So this is part of that practice, creating safety and harmony in our body. And so this energy is going to pour back down to our hips and pour back down to our knees and pour back down into our ankles and pour back down all the way through, all the way out into Gaia, like water flowing through a waterfall. Just rinsing you from the inside out. And from here, we're going to do a variation of a practice you know really well called spread the feathers. Normally, we practice with our hands forward. What we're going to do this time, what we're going to do this time is you're going to have your hands, the backs of your hands forward. You're going to inhale, gather energy, and now you're going to curve your hands through and send your fingertips outward, your pinkies pointed up. The top of your head is lifted. You have a gentle tuck to your chin. There is a stretch. It's not super tight, but there is an activation here. We're coiling our heart channel and our pinky is up. Let's do that again. Inhale, and now exhale and coil your hands. From here, take all your fingers and bring them together. I'm going to come closer. All my fingers are touching. So I'm going to get to that spot again. So I'm going to soften, come back into my stance. Inhale as I'm gathering, and then when my hands start to turn back forward, I exhale and I grow my fingers long. I inhale, I bring both hands, I connect all my fingers, and I point my fingers toward me. Inhale, and now exhale, slowly lower your ear to one side. Stay on that side. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, rolling your ear across your shoulder. Rolling your chin back. Exhale, rolling your chin forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. This is another variation of spread the feathers. This variation opens up the yin pathways more so than the other side does. Inhale. Loosening, clearing the lines of tension. One more. Exhaling out. Inhaling up the other side. Slowly working, clearing the lines of tension between your head, neck, and shoulders. Listening to your body. Any area that's tight, linger there. And exhale there with that open mouth. When you exhale with an open mouth, you purge and release more. One more. When you finish that one and your chin makes it to your chest, soften your arms and gently roll your head up the middle and feel the energy in your body. We're in this perfect place to drop into the flow. So we're going to start with opening the flow, and then we'll build on it to open the flow to the 4 directions and to the 6 directions, and then we'll build on it with a chant. But for now, as you inhale, your hands float up gently. They gently float. It's called floatly. They floatly up, leading from your wrists, and then exhaling, your hands gently float down, again leading from your wrists. Just take a moment here and explore this movement. This movement is so simple, and yet it requires your full attention. And it requires a surrender to the movement. When you inhale and float your hands up, gently shift your weight toward your heels. And as you exhale and float your hands down, gently shift toward your toes. Staying grounded and balanced, still there is a subtle shifting of energy of where your weight is placed on your feet. And that helps the energy rise up your spine as your hands float up and float down. Opening the flow. Soft, fluid, unified. We're going to start to build on this. We're going to open the flow to the 4 directions. So the next time your hands float up, now let your elbows drop and bring your hands close to your chest. And then exhale and push forward, gently push forward as you sit down just a little. And now when you inhale, draw your hands back, your elbows stays dropped, your hands are soft. Let's practice this a little bit. Let's push forward. When I push forward, I'm opening Lao Gong. I'm gently pushing. But what makes it dynamic is that I'm sitting down a little bit and I'm opening my palms. And now when I'm inhaling, I soften my palms and I'm drawing my hands back. And then when I push forward gently. I'm expressing myself. I'm sharing. I'm expressing. I'm projecting outward. And then when I soften my palms, I'm being receptive. I'm drawing this energy back to me. So you're getting the idea of the pushing and the receiving. When your hands come back, just let them float down, and we'll do this whole form. You'll know it easily. You inhale, your hands float up. That inhale stays as your elbows drop, and then when you exhale, you press forward. You inhale, receive, let your hands float down. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Opening Lao Gong. Inhale, soften Lao Gong. Let your hands float down. We're going to build on this, opening the flow to the 6 directions. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhale, pull back. Now this time, exhale and let your fingers grow out to the side. Reach out. You want to see your palms. You want to see your hands, not your palms. You want to see your hands. And you're extending your fingers and Lao Gong's open. There's a rise to you. Now you inhale here. Inhale and draw your hands, come back toward you. And when you get close, turn your palms toward facing each other. And your palms are at the level of your head and at the level of your upper dantian. So take a moment here and feel into the space between the palms of your hands and in the space in the middle of your head. Your upper dantian, Shen, the color is violet, like the violet flame. The sound is Om. Letting your hands float down, coming in contact with your middle dantian, your heart field, and my hands just naturally floated out. Your heart does not want to be contained or compressed tight. So if your hands float out, let your hands float out. Feel the space between the palms of your hands. Feel the space in the middle of your chest, your middle dantian. This is Qi. This color is golden, like a golden sunlight, golden sunrise or sunset. The sound is ah. Feeling this space and letting your hands float down toward your lower dantian. Your fingers are facing forward. Often I turn my fingers facing down. My hands come much closer together. It's much more condensed. This color is white, pearly white, like a pearl. It's condensed, gets hot. This is your Jing, your lower dantian, and its sound, I'm going to spell it for you, is Haung. Haung. Let's open the flow. Up, draw it to your chest. Press. Inhale back. Exhale out. Reach out, extend beyond. Reach beyond. Open. Inhale, receive. Turn your hands toward your head. Float it down to your heart, to your dantian. Lower dantian, sweep forward. Open the flow to the 6 directions. Coming in contact with your 3 treasures. Reach, grow, extend, soften, receive new fresh energy. Bring it to your upper dantian, your your middle dantian, and your lower dantian. We're going to flow another time or two, and then we'll start our chant. I'm going to be silent so you can have this experience. Let's start our chant. We're going to do so. I'll guide you through it. Pushing down, inhaling back, receiving, exhaling out, growing beyond. And now as we inhale and we return, our hands holding our upper dantian will Om. We'll do the Om sound 3 times, just like this. Taking a nice deep breath. And then when you're ready, Om. Inhaling, and when you make the Om sound, feel the Om vibrating in the center of your head. Om. Om. Letting your hands float down all the way through. Open the flow. Press. Inhale. Reach. Grow. Be pulled. Inhale. Receive. Turning your hands toward your upper dantian and feeling, coming in contact with the violet flame of compassion. Letting your hands float down now, giving your heart some space. We'll start the chant with the heart sound, which is HA, finding your breath, inhaling. Ah. Feeling this vibration from the center of your heart radiating out. Ha. Ha. Letting your hands float down, integrating, moving slowly. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale. Draw your hands back. Exhale, let your hands grow. Reach, open, lao gong. Inhale, retrieve, receive fresh new energy, bringing it to upper dantian. Feeling, letting your hands float down to middle dantian, feeling this golden radiance. Letting your hands float down now to the lower dantian. Holding this energy, we'll do the sound H-A-U-N-G. The sound H-A is up here and then it comes down at the end. Let's just have a good time. Inhale. Ha. You're breathing and you're sending the energy down. Ha. Inhale up, exhale out, inhale back, out, inhale, upper dantian, Shen, Qi, Jing, pearly white pearl. One more time. We're not going to do the chant. Just one more time for you to flow through this whole thing in silence. And from here, we're going to start to pull down the heavens. And what we're going to do with pulling down the heavens, you're really familiar with pulling down the heavens, letting your hands float up. And by the time they make it to the top, let your lao gong, your palms come in contact with each other. They're not touching, but They're now bringing your energy toward your central channel. And now your heart protector is your middle finger. So let your middle finger touch. And as you float your hands down the middle of your body, as you're pulling down the heavens, you don't have to imagine a string, but as if your fingers are touching a string and they're pulling this string of light down through your upper dantian, down through your middle dantian, and then down into your lower dantian. And then we inhale, pulling down the heavens, gather everything to your midline, touch the string, gently pull it down with your exhale down the center of your body. All the way down through these centers, all the way down. My middle fingers are touching, and I turn my palms out. My pinkies are spread. I'm reaching up, gathering palms come close to each other. Middle finger touches, drawing a thread of light down through your central channel, illuminating these treasures. One more. Feeling this thread weaving through your consciousness, your spirit mind, into your heart mind, into your body mind. And now from here, because that's a fairly energetic practice, let's do pulling down the heavens the way you're used to as you're starting to close down. You're starting to close down and complete and integrate, letting your breath be soft, slow, and deep as you're smoothing out this practice, as you are coming to a sense of completion, an ability to transition. One more. And this time, when you do so, your hands and feet come together and you send this energy down like a coffee press. Shen up. Mind is bright, clear, able to rationally think in a linear fashion. Qi down. Heart is open and spacious. Emotions are calm and present. Body is relaxed and alert and aware. Bring this all to your dantian. Nourish your qi. Making a small circle, sealing it in, starting to craft a pearl of consciousness within your belly and the other direction. We're ready to bow out. Right hand makes a fist. Rise, love, like the sun every day. And left hand covers it. Change and shift and adapt. Be cyclical like the moon. Bringing this to our hearts. We bow to each other. We bow to the practice. We bow to our teachers' teachers, and the teacher within. As we inhale, we draw it into our heart, but we do not keep it here. We send it into our lower dantian. We step across the threshold, and our oasis has now been activated. Welcome. We have a beautiful journey ahead. I encourage you to journal about your experience and start to set a clear intention for yourself. When we go into the realm of the heart and Shen and Qi, it's hard to stay grounded. That's why we need that Jing, that intention, that container to hold us so that we can explore and open within that So setting a really grounded intention for yourself will serve you on this journey.